Hey y'all, so I wanted to come back on here today and talk about this video that I just watched by the former president of Mexico, Vicente Fox. And basically in this video, he's mocking Donald Trump and saying that Mexico will not pay for the wall at the border between Mexico and the United States. I have to say that I agree with some of the points that he made in the video. And by the way, the video is pretty hilarious if you watch it. I'm going to put the link in the description box. But I agree with him for different reasons. Number one being, I believe it's a waste of money because building a wall, in my opinion, is not going to stop people from coming to this country illegally. The last I checked, according to the United States, there's at least 11 million people over here undocumented. And I think that's a very modest number. There's probably a lot more that have been unaccounted for. But like I said, building a wall is not going to stop these people from coming over here. They are willing to risk their lives because some of these people are running from gang violence in the countries that they're coming from. Some of them are running from, they're seeking political asylum because they protested against their government. Some people are running from drug cartels. So it's like a life and death situation for many of these people, and they're willing to risk their lives. They'll get help from coyotes, which are basically smugglers, human traffickers, to come over here. And you know that if the United States can't even keep drugs from entering into the United States, what makes you think that they'll stop people from coming over here undocumented? Now, I'm not in any way supporting illegal immigration or illegal aliens. I'm in no way supporting undocumented aliens because I do believe that it's wrong for people to come over here unauthorized. I actually know a few people who applied for the immigration status the right way. You know, there's this one woman I know. She came over here when she was 5 years old from Jamaica. And this woman is now in her 40s. And to this day, she is still not a legal, she has a legal permanent residence, but she is still not a U.S. citizen. And that's after over 30 years of living in this country. So to allow undocumented aliens to remain in this country, what does that say to the millions of people who have gone about it the right way and applied for citizenship and are here working legally and living legally? What does that say to them? It's not fair. But I don't want to make this video too long. You know, the whole point behind my video is that I just wanted to say that I believe that Donald Trump is correct in wanting to have our borders secured. And I think that more money should be spent on making sure that our borders are secured, you know, by hiring more people to work for ICE and the Department of Homeland Security. But in the same breath, I don't believe that building a wall is going to stop these people from entering into our country. It's largely a waste of $1.5 billion. And, at the same time, the United States is also going to need cooperation from both the Canadian government and the Mexican government to keep people from coming into the United States illegally. And we all know that there's corruption at every level of government. There's corruption with the United States government officials, probably border patrol agents that are allowing people to come over here knowingly because they're being paid off. And obviously there's a lot of government corruption going on within Mexico. So, bottom line is that I believe it's a waste of money. Then that money could be better spent elsewhere. This is something else that I forgot to mention. Millions of people also come over here legally through visas. They may apply to come here through travel visas, student visas, or work visas, and any number of other types of visas. And what they'll do is they'll be here for a stated amount of time, and then they'll allow their visa to expire and overstay their welcome. So that's another thing that the United States government needs to take into consideration. I remember reading this report released by the Department of Homeland Security, and according to that report, over 500,000 people came over here through visas, and they overstayed their welcome. And that was in 2015. So they're not all coming through Mexico.